Not quite. One more button. Okay, I think we are good to go now. That. Click that. Okay, welcome back to the Crown of the Oathbreaker, everybody. Nice to be your DM again as we rejoin for our second campaign, our second session of a Crown of the Oathbreaker. We got to know a little bit about our characters and what they're all about, with seemingly people with dark urges, shall we say, Bass and Shinigami rebuilding his life, and all sorts of interesting stories we can intersect. But we're actually going to do something I basically forgot to do last time. And we have Toriel, Mistil, who is right. 20, don't do this to me. Anyway, we have Toriel and Mistil, her good buddy, who had just graduated from the Arcane Tower. And they met a gentleman on the road called Bass, who had a side that, had some... was interesting, shall we say. And where we will pick it up tonight's session is Mistil, Bass, and Toriel heading presumably on their way back to Oathbreaker. So Toriel and Bass, I guess, what would you like to do?
Maybe misremembering. We didn't make it to Oathbreaker yet?
Oh, you made it. I think you made it to the gates of Oathbreaker, actually.
That's right at the gate.
Yeah, right at the gate.
Yeah, we were on the outskirts of it.
Yes. And was it you, Bass, that told us about the what was it called? The splash talker? Splash talker?
Word Splasher is his name.
There it is.
He offers tours of the city.
I thought someone already told us about the tour.
Mistel, I think, said something to you.
Oh, that's right.
Mistel.
That's right. So we know we're going to check that out. But yeah, I think I think we would have shared that with Bass and say, hey, would you like to, we've heard the town change so much that maybe we should join this tour and get an overview of the city.
I think that could be a good start. I'd be inclined to join you.
Excellent. Well, we make a good team. At least we did on the road, and man, it wouldn't hurt to stick together until we figure out what to do next.
Yeah, apparently I'm pretty handy in combat. You said I am not really sure what happened, but yeah. Let's see what happens.
That's I'm worried about you, friend. That you don't remember, but maybe they did stab you with that spear pretty hard, and maybe that had something to do with it.
Only time will tell.
Hey, Toriel, says Mistil. It's been 12 years since we've been here, right? It seems like a lifetime ago.
Oh yes, we I'm remembering now. We should probably say hello to my parents, and then we should check out that tour.
Well, that is an excellent idea. Tell me, is your folks still running that boarding school?
I hope so. I think they would probably send me letters, but maybe not. I don't know.
You remember, no letters in the Arcane Tower, no outside contact.
Oh, I don't know. I hope so. It was really good. It was a really good idea that my parents had, and yeah, I hope they still are.
All right. Well, let's go meet your parents. Do you want to come along, Bess?
Got nothing else to do? Why not?
Tell me, Bess, have you been here before? Do you know the city?
I know of places in the city, yes, but I can't say I've been before. I don't know, Malcolm. Would my grandfather have brought me to the property here before, or no?
Nah.
Okay.
All right. So, as you wander the streets, Toriel, Mr. Bess, for Toriel, I imagine some of it looks familiar and some of it looks different. You heard stories of a great Draco-Lich attack, Shadow Drake that attacked the city a few years before you were born, but yeah, things have been rebuilt, things look different but the same. It's like when I go back to New Zealand after a few years, everything's kind of the same, kind of different. You wander through the coin district, which is very much the marketplace, where lots of people are haggling for goods. And there's a magic shop there as well. And you come to the entrance to the High District. There are some very serious looking guards here. And you would know, Toriel, from your past that only really nobles can come in here. And while your parents aren't nobles, they kind of get special dispensation as this is where the school is. But as you approach, you, Mr. and Bess, one of these Crown's guards says, sorry, access is denied. This is for High District members only. They pay us richly to keep scruffians like yourself out. So no offense, but please be on your way.
Maggie, oh, go ahead. Go ahead, boss. I didn't mean that.
Toriel, is this where we need to go? Do you need access to inside?
Yes, my parents, they run a boarding school in here. The Whalen's boarding school.
Guards, don't really make me say it. Just let us in.
I'm going to make you say it.
I'm going to turn my ring around so that way, because the insignia is tucked inside, so that way when you make a fist, you just see the silver ring. I'm going to turn the ring around and just extend my hand. Can you see enough, or do I really have to say it?
Oh, joy. Another bastard of the Gorsos.
You don't got just keep that hush, okay? For your information, it's just Bass. Now just let us in. I don't want to hear any of that shit.
Just best. You sure that's not short for bastard, Doug? That's funny.
You figured it out already.
I'll make a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay.
All right. Well, noble is noble. Well, in you go, Bass. In you go, sir.
My friends along with me, we've been traveling together on the road, and they're quite handy in case of a scruffle.
And you said you're the daughter of
Yes,
of the Higher
the
family?
Hoyers.
The Hoyers.
Yes.
Ah, wait a minute. I recognize you. You're Toriel, right?
I am.
You're so much older than the last time I seen you. Sure. Toriel, come on in. And you understand our hesitancy just to let anybody in, right? The Will Tamers, the Dorians, the Gorsos, they pay us a lot of money. And for a second there, Mr. Bass, I thought you were going to bribe us, which wouldn't have gone down very well. But regardless, come on in, guys. And
this isn't a bribe, but here's a gold piece for each of you, just to remember that it's Bass the next time you see me. I'd like to keep the last part of that hush hush until I'm absolutely required to disclose this information.
of course, Sir Bass, come inside.
Do I recognize this guard, or just
Uh,
not like don't know his name type of thing, but just recognize him?
you kind of recognize him, but um, to be honest, the guards have been a bit of a dick to you when you left here last. Because as I said, your family uh, have a bit of money, not enough to live in the high district, not enough to have noble status. But this is where the Wilhelm's boarding school for young masters is, so they let you in, but kind of hesitantly. Unless you walk into the high district, and it's lovely. Parks, bridges, several mansions, the famous King's Bridge 69 and Queen's Bridge number 70, the Royal Court there at 68. Just lovely. But over here, at number 40, is Wilhelm's boarding school for youngsters, for young masters. And it's an elegant, spacious school, and you know that it's noble families send their children here to, learn liberal arts, reading, writing, history, that type of stuff that will benefit them walking in noble circles. So as this is your home, Toriel, what do you do?
I'm gonna invite my friends in to see if we can. I don't want to disturb any classes, but just to see if I can find my parents.
It's later on in the evening, and a lot of the young masters are filing out of the school. So and you walk in and see your mother, Camariel. Cal, how do you say that?
Camariel. That sounds close enough.
Camariel. Oh my
Camariel.
goodness, Toriel! And she just runs up to you and gives you a big hug. Oh, it's been so long. It's so lovely to see you. You look too skinny. Here, let me cook you something for dinner. You look far too skinny. Oh, and who are your friends?
Oh, Mom, this is Mistral. She is my best friend. She's amazing wizard. And this is my new friend, Bass. We met him on the road, and he helped protect us. There was some robbers on the road, and it was not looking good. And he came in just at the right time.
Oh, Mistel. And she gives Mistel a big hug, and then she comes up. She opens her arm for Bass. May I?
Bass being shocked because he's not used to any type of affection like this. Sure.
So she embraces you in a big warm hug. You're a bit awkward
As
in
I-
there, I imagine.
As I think to myself, what the fuck? Not even my mom did this. What is this lady doing?
It's just okay. That was a bit awkward, but that's okay. And you hear another voice coming from her. There's my girl. And your father Tegan comes in. And he gives you a big hug and hands out a hand for Bass to shake. For him a handshake. Well, you and your mother, we're desperately here to know what you've done with in the 12 years or so since you've been here. But I gotta ask you though, and this is something your mother and I have been worried. Have you seen Kelly at all?
I have not. Callie, unfortunately, was expelled from the school, and I was hoping that she would have come home.
How long ago was she? Well, to answer your question, no, she is not here. How long ago was she expelled?
See, I'm 35, so see, that would have been. So I would have been there at 23. Let's say about 6 years ago. And she just, she left without saying goodbye. It was not like her.
And what? I wouldn't be a father if I didn't ask this. Why was she expelled?
Well, that's the very disappointing part. She kind of got in with some. I'm just going to call them bad kids, and they were messing around with dark magic that they weren't supposed to be learning.
That is concerning. I pray to the gods that she's all right, but I was kind of hoping you knew. Well, it's a conversation for another time, Mama. Let's have dinner.
Oh, that sounds great. I missed your cooking so much.
And she immediately starts, putting together a meal. Kind of, she's used to cooking for lots of people. This being a boarding school, and her and your father run it. Big nice spread is put out. Bass, you're made to be so welcome that it's uncomfortable. Mistle just seems to slip right into it. And your mother says, look, the nobility never really took to us, right? Like, we're in the noble districts, but we're not nobles. We're looked down upon, but they still want us to teach their children. It's a complicated situation, and I hate to, but there's a problem. There's this noble family. I'm sure you remember them, the Domerans. As you know, the former concubine now runs the family after the husband passed away. He called her Lady Zaza. Don't say that to her face, though. She hates it because that was her, shall we say, performing name. And her and her 3 fat sons are wanting to take over the running of the boarding school.
What?
And we don't have this boarding school. I don't know what we're going to do. And I don't know what you can do either. I'm not sure why I'm even telling you this.
Well, that sounds horrible. Like, do they have some kind of stake, or what's? I mean,
Well-
would they be able to just kick you out?
Technically no. Practically yes. I mean, they want, they feel that they need true noble blood to teach the nobility. And we are not of noble blood.
Well, do the sons even have any qualifications for this? Seems.
No. Not to put a too fine a point on it, but they're fat and dull. I mean, it's almost a sign of wealth here to be as large as you possibly can, but so that's to be expected. But they're a little bit of dullards, and I fear for the future. I mean, I do love the kids. Some of them are arrogant pricks, of course, but they deserve better.
Well, I definitely would want to. I want to help because I mean, you've been teaching here for as long as I remember, and it just doesn't seem right. So maybe I don't know how I would go about to do this, but I mean, if the other noble families like your work, I mean, why would they want to switch to these unqualified folks? Maybe we could get support somehow from the other nobles.
Maybe.
Sorry to interrupt. Not to intrude. Do you have some parchment and some wet hot wax ready?
Yes. Just give me a moment. And Calamarel goes and grabs some and brings it back.
I script out a little script, a little script on the parchment, pour the wax down, flip my ring around, press my ring into the wax, flip my ring back around so the symbol is not shown anymore, and I hand this to the father, and it says, "The school is now under the protection of the Gorsos. Any that want to do this wrong shall pay."
Oh,
And I'm gonna just nod to him, just a nod, like keep it quiet.
I didn't want to mention that, Father, because I think he was Bass was keeping a secret, but it's true. He is a Gorso. It was
well.
very, very nice.
Well, I appreciate it. Hopefully, this will lead some sway, but the Gorsos haven't been seen in town for quite some time. Rumors abound that some Gorsos are on their way. I'm not sure if you're that Gorso, Bass, but the Gorso mansion has been abandoned for several years now.
Didn't know. Guess I have something to reclaim.
Well, I guess so, but maybe some other Gorsos are coming along. Anyway,
Make sure to mention that anyone that does harm to this place will not just pay, but they will also pay with their blood.
I am not going to say that last part. That is a bit too much. All right. And so drinks are had, nice meal is prepared. You kind of know in your back of your mind that you're eating food that was supposedly for the nobility, but that's all right. Rules are meant to be bent. And you sleep off the night. You wake up in the morning. Perhaps you're used to your old bed again. Toriel, it's pleasant. Morning comes, and Mistel says, "So, how about that tour, guys?"
Yes. Thank you so much for coming with me to meet my parents, and I'm so happy to see them. But yes, let's get that tour of the city.
All right.
Thank you for the hospitality.
No problem. Okay, so you've been asked to meet at this area over here, number 2. It's a little simple building with word splashes city tours, and you all congregate there. There is also now one thing that you all know in these golden eras of Aglarion is the place is very accepting of all sorts. I mean, we have Bass, who has dark elf blood in him, but doesn't matter. You see, it's mostly a human settlement here, but you see all sorts of bits and pieces. Dwarves, elves, even ogres, orcs, goblins. Perhaps the strangest of all, joining your party is actually 2 gnolls, famous for being hyena-like and just creatures of chaos. They've joined you. They're Nasher and Basher, but they're not particularly sociable. So as this group, perhaps destined for greatness, gathers at Word Splashes, anything you wish to do, anything you wish to say?
I guess Mistral, we were just going to follow along the tour. Is that right? We weren't going to take any other type of role.
Oh, no, we're just effectively tourists in our own town. Good to get refamiliarized ourselves with the city.
Sorry, that was a silly question. But yes, that's that's what I thought. I would like to keep an eye on the gnolls because it's like, from what I've heard, they're just very unpleasant, and make sure they're not up to to no good.
Sure. I tell you what, make an insight check. Just you notice them
Can
acting
I
suspicious.
guidance myself?
Sure.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
I got these guys' number.
Natural 20!
Okay, cool. And Oren and Gala arrive.
Yeah. Gayla's going to do something when you're
When
Eric's done. I don't want to. Eric's rolled a 20.
Oh, well, I'm going to say that if the Knolls do anything suspicious along the way, his insight will
Okay.
pick up on it. So as the tour progresses is how I'm playing that.
Right.
So Daniel.
Gayla's going to walk up to Word Splitter. Was that his name?
Word splasher.
Word Splasher. And introduce herself. Introduce herself to the dwarf and say, she's dressed, as a noble, and she's dressed nicely. No armor, no sword on her. Has her squire who does have a shield and a sword for her, but he carries them on his back just like normal. And she's out dressed out with her cousin to go visit. To say to talk to Word Splasher.
Welcome to my tour, good lady. I hope I can make the tour as pleasantly as I possibly can. This is my speciality, after all. Anyway, any questions, any comments, any special requests, any interesting things you wish to see?
He's going to say, no, just I've heard so much about you, my cousin, and I'll introduce the cousin Permal and say, we're excited to go through the tour. This is my first time in the city. I'm Gala Ronell. It's nice to make your acquaintance.
Absolutely pleasure. The pleasure is all mine, believe me. And you've heard good things about me, I assume?
And she says, my cousin speaks highly of you. So, of course. And she says, I would love to walk up front with you and visit with you. It can't help to have someone up here with you to help rum up interest in people.
Of course. Yes, I'll have a special seat. You just stick with me, love, and everything will be good.
Thank you.
All right, as you all gather. We have you're an interesting-looking fellow, he says, approaching Shinigami. You're wearing the garb of the Red Cloak. That's unusual for a Red Cloak. Not to judge, but you're welcome as well, of course.
Thank you. I have some investigations to do, so that'll work.
Okay. And what about you, good sir? Pointing to Randall. What brings you along on this tour?
Investigations as well. And Randall is actually in disguise in this particular case.
Okay.
If some of you, obviously, y'all wouldn't know this because this would be the first time you've met him. But he is very different from the picture currently that he has. Right now, he has this weird little fake mustache that is semi plastered on him all right there, and kind of dirty a little bit. Name's Ramses. Whimsical. Ramses Whimsical. Little investigations of my own.
Pleasure to have you along as well. You two know each other? Says, pointing to Shinigami.
Sorry, you were cutting out.
Well, it seems both of you are here for investigations. Are you together? Are you working on a case together?
Ramses not know that a red cloak such as Prestige would be joining us. Perhaps we are on two separate cases.
Well,
maybe by fate.
Of course. It'd be nice to have you along. And this is
Out of character. You're not a red cloak, are you?
No.
Okay.
Not in the least.
You would notice that Randall is wearing armor in this particular case. He does have a shield, not necessarily strapped to himself, but he's kind of got it sheathed on his back and everything. You wouldn't notice probably though his armor is covered in these kind of weird etchings. That's also very unique and different about it.
But you're putting yourself off as a red cloak, correct?
No,
Okay. Okay.
That would be the Red Cloaks are a very elite group. There's about 50 of them in the city, and they're all considered judge and jury. Like if you commit a crime, they can turn up on the crime scene, make a verdict, as Shinigami did last time. And there are lots of training. Like Shinigami knows the laws backwards, which is expected for the Red Cloaks. Well, anyway, it's a pleasure to have you along. Welcome all of you, be it your first time to Odin Beer or you're refreshing yourself from a long time ago. Whether you're humanoids, sprites, or shapeshifters in altered form. Unfortunately, I cannot pride a litter for noble guests, but I can try to carry you on my shoulders. All right, let's get this tour started. And sure, I just get myself on the right map. There we go. Okay. Well, the first stop here is the famous Hills Nectar Winery. At the Hills Nectar Winery, flavors bloom and intertwine. Sipping their wines is like savoring nature's design. And lots of great wine to be had here. Some say the best in the city, some say disagree. And yeah, it's good. And you hear a voice as a large, rotund gentleman, about 25 years old, kind of slinks out of the shop. And he says, "Hey, Galena, right? You're here a bit early, aren't you?"
You talking to me? Sorry.
Talking to Galena. "You're a bit early here, aren't you, Galena, isn't it?"
And she'll say, yes, you have me at a disadvantage.
"Oh, well, we used to play together when we were younger. You don't remember me?"
And she'll say, oh, of course, I'm sorry. Silly me. It's been many years. How have you been?
Zajir, if you can't remember. That's my name. This
Of course.
move part. I put it in roll 20 there.
Yeah, I see it, yeah.
Well, we're having a pre-ball celebration here this evening. You didn't get the invite?
I certainly would have known. I'd be here. Yes, I didn't get an invite. I would never miss the party. When and how? What time again?
This evening. Come here around dusk. Everybody who's anybody is going to be here, and for what I know about you, Galena, this will definitely be your scene. A pre-ball party.
And you know I never turned down a party. So yes, of course. Thank you for reminding me and finding me and telling me.
Of course. So just come back at dusk. The party should go to the wee small hours, but things will be kicking off around dusk. So I'll see you then.
You will. Thank you, Jazir. Jajir?
Zachir, yes. And
Zachir.
this portly young gentleman kind of waddles back into the Hills Nectar Winery. Oh, okay. Well, we're already making connections here in the city.
Can I insight check that, by the way, to see if I feel he's being like genuine or if it's like going to be dangerous, it's like a party or dangerous? You know what I mean? Can I?
Of course. Yeah. Insight Zajir. Well, you do recognize his family name, Dorian. They're a noble family, but they're kind of on the seedier side, I'd say. Like
Okay.
as there's a connection here with Eric's character. The Domerans are the ones who want to take over his family business, the
Gotcha.
boarding school, and the there was a noble
Oh.
family, and the husband passed away, and his concubine became a head, and she has 3 fat sons of one you just met. And the Domrian estate is the messiest in the noble district, so they're kind of rich but looked down upon. But they still have considerable influence, and nobles throw parties all the time. So the only thing I'd say you know with an 11 is it's genuine. It's a party. You only do not expect a political situation or anything like that. But it's a party, and you've been to dozens of these, I imagine.
Yeah, she has.
Can
Well,
I
let's-
roll a perception check or anything, insight check to kind of view the ones around me right now? Because that was part of what I was asked to do, is to keep a close eye on
Sure.
the
I think that'd be more an
ones that are on this floor.
I think that'd be more of an insight check,
Insight? Okay.
as you're gauging up Bass, Toriel, and so on. I think the first thing you notice is Bass is maybe the first give. Maybe he clenches his fist. You notice Bass showing some disdain towards the Domorin brothers. Dorian, that'd be fair enough, Doug? Disdain?
Mhm.
Disdain.
Disdain will work. Yep.
Okay.
I didn't
Yeah,
catch
disdain
but
for
I,
now. Yes.
I would think that Toriel would also maybe not clench his fist, but just like take note. And I was going to say she's going to mosey over to Gala and introduce herself. And hi, hello there. You look like you could be a noble, but so I'm not sure how to properly address you. But I'm Toriel, and you look beautiful.
I'll just say thank you very much. I mean, and you're 35, I think, right? You said?
I am.
Okay, she's like 22, 23. She's young. So she's going to look back at you and say, why, thank you. I hope to grow in beauty as you have as well. And yes, my name is Galena, but you can everyone calls me Gala.
Oh, well, it's nice to meet you, Gala. I'm sorry, this just seems forward, but but I'm just wondering if you know if that party, if anyone could just go, or do you know if you have to have an invitation? I'm just very, very curious about it.
It would only be for really nobles. I mean, and with those that they invite. So, I don't know you well, but, I do love to invite guests and have a party and have a good time. So if you would like to come, I'd have no problem with that. And you would be part of my entourage. Orin, and I'll introduce Orin, my squire. This is Orin Pax. He's my squire. I've known
Pleasure
him
to meet
for
you, ma'am. And he gives a very flourished bow.
He'll be coming with me, and so I don't see there's no reason why not to. I've been to many parties where not just nobles are there, but you only need to come with an invite.
Oh, okay. Well, that is very nice of you, and I would very much like to take you up on that offer if it's not too much trouble.
It would be no trouble at all.
Oh, excellent. I look forward to it.
Well,
Should
I
I just
mean,
meet you here?
The tour would go, I would imagine, pretty close to it. So after the tour, we could meet back up here and go together. Certainly.
That sounds great. Excellent. Well, thank you again. It was very nice to meet you, and I hope to get to know you better throughout this tour and this evening.
And then she'll say certainly, and then kind of just drift off as it's like we just have a conversation, and I just move on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, well, great, good to get to know the city, make contacts, always a good thing. And tell me, are any of you gamblers? Any of you like to gamble a bit of coins away? Well, we don't make a few coin from the gambling persuasions. Does that interest any of you?
I've never gambled before. I'd be willing to try a little something, but
Well, this would be the place to do it. this is the 999 Gambling Hall, number 5 on the map there. And at the 999 Gambling Hall, the dice will roll and call, a place for fortune and chances where thrill awaits for all. And it's a casino, and it's kind of like a windowless block building, like with one door in and one door out. Colorful lanterns on the outside. And as you're listening to Word Splasher prattle on about gambling, a certain bugbear comes out. Sorry, can you remind me, Josh, what a Randall looks like again? As he clicks to who the bugbear is. You're in some sort of
Randall
disguise?
is right now. He has a mustache. He's got some like it looks like it would be some sort of maybe face paint or anything like. He's kind of like darkened in some of the areas of his face to where it's some of the maybe distinguishing marks that would be originally what it says. So he's kind of darkened in some areas to kind of give him a different look, little vibe. He's cleaned himself up as best as possible. Almost like he actually took a bath for once. But he, like I said, he's dressed not as normally as he would be just around town.
Are you proficient in disguise kits?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay. So they make me a disguise kit check. So say deception and add your proficiency on.
All right.
And ability. Just deception with proficiency. Plus proficiency.
All right, I'm gonna roll a d20 because I don't know how
Sure.
to do it on D&D Beyond.
Oh.
That's gonna be with proficiency, which is a +2, I think.
So a dirty 20.
Right now.
Yep, okay. So Gopher, he needs a 19 to spot you on a d20. But you see the bugbear comes out and kind of gruffs and heads about on his business. Golfer, would you like to say a few words to our guests here? Tour. No words, Splasher. Don't have time for your shenanigans. Let me just say this. If any of you people need to borrow a bit of money, I'm the man to do it. Does anybody need some money? Very reasonable rates? Anybody? All right, you know where to find me. All right, so that's the 999 Gambling Hall, and any of your market requirements, anything that can be bought as a coin district. We have, which one is it? I usually stop here on the tour. Not to put too fine a point on it, but here at number 14 on the map that I've just drawn for you is the Emporium of Magical Marvelous Rarities. From there you could buy healing potions to great artifacts. So maybe gamble a bit at the gambling hall and buy something magical here. Okay, so Randall's doing the hide even better. Now, this is always a special treat. This is the Halfling's Treasure Bakery, number 20 there. And at the Halfling's Treasure Bakery, it's plain to see golden pastries and pies are their sweet speciality. Would someone like to sample some of the treats?
Gail will walk forward and say, sure. I would love to try.
You see a couple of middle-aged halflings. The guy says, hello, my name is Tam. Would you like a loopy, miss? Only 2 copper pieces.
And she'll motion to Orion, who will have the money, and Orion will pay the 2 copper. And she'll say, certainly, thank you.
Do you try the loopy, Daniel? Or
Yeah, she
Galen?
does.
It's interesting. It starts out as a strawberry flavor, then turns into blueberry, then into caramel, then into a salty caramel type thing. It's quite delicious as it cycles through the flavors. We also have wrinkles and squirmies, if anybody would like to try some of those. We can do an assortment for a silver piece.
Oh, I'm watching my figure. Thank you.
No, of course, no problem. Must have been unusual. Well, your clothing. Mr. Red Cloak, is it? Are you a Red Cloak, good sir?
I am a red cloak.
Not sure if this is strictly under your purview as such, but I'm having a bit of a problem. I'm hoping you or anybody for that matter could help out. There's a 5 gold piece reward. That's all we can afford. But our oldest daughter, Byra, she's not one for the retail simple life we do in the Halflings Treasures Bakeries here. And she's always fascinated. She's always been obsessed with adventuring, shall we say. There's a lump, and she dreams of becoming a famous adventurer. I think you know her, don't you, Randall?
Oh, excuse me, I think you must have me confused. It's Ramses, whimsical at your service.
Oh, you remind me of somebody. Anyway,
I get that all the time. No problem. And
Is it a-
you say go ahead. You said your daughter's missing or anything? She's a adventurer.
There's a lumberjack from the village of Willard Creek. Spoke about a beast that had a head of a lion and can swing its tail to hurl spikes the size of spears. And Byra has always been headstrong, and she's always longed for adventure. And we argued and we argued and it argued, and eventually she stormed off. I suspect she's off to Willow Creek somewhere. I'm worried she's been gone some time. I hope she's fine, but I just don't know.
How old is Byra?
16? As I said, she's young, she's headstrong.
And were these halflings? Because that's young for
Yes.
a halfling, isn't it?
Yes, Byra is a halfling like ourselves, yes.
Out of character, isn't that pretty young for a halfling?
I'm going to say 16 in human years. So that's what age. I might have got the scale wrong, but the equivalent of 16.
I
Okay.
think it's about the same. I think they have the same kind of equivalency as far as like humans and halflings.
Regardless. 16 years old, human equivalent, whatever that is.
So she's old enough. She's not a runaway. She's just decided to live her own life. As far as I'm concerned, she's not breaking any laws that I can think of right now.
Oh,
Unless,
No, she is not breaking any laws. But I am worried about her. As I said, she's headstrong, and she's head off to Willows Creek. She's just been gone for some time. She's usually storms off and comes back in a couple of days, but it's been 6 days now. I'm just worried about her. And you're right, she hasn't broken any laws. But I understand if you don't have time, if you just can't, it's okay.
Not nonsense. You've come to the right person. Even though this fine red cloak has many other probably more important things to do, Ramses Whimsical will be glad to search for your daughter.
Oh, great. Well, if you could find her sooner rather than later, that would be good. And as I said, 5 gold pieces reward. And you hardened adventurers who's played in many campaigns, 5 gold pieces doesn't mean anything to the people who just finished Odyssey of the Dragon Lord, but 5 gold pieces. You know, some people work for coppers a day, so it's quite the decent reward.
speaking of which, Malcolm, kind of a side step here. In my backstory, it says I'm paid pretty well every 3 weeks. Is that going to come into play?
How much money do you have at the moment?
I just have what I started off with at 10.
No, you don't. You have 50. You just got paid as a welcome
Okay.
back present. But yes, that will come into play. Yep, absolutely. You're doing a job and you get paid. Starting bonus. And as I said, people respect you for what you did. I was getting your name wrong. Shinigami. And yeah, but they're a bit uncomfortable around you for obvious reasons. Well, thank you. Ramsey, have a wrinkly on us. And change you something that looks like a gummy worm.
These are the best, and he'll actually like you see his eyes kind of bug out a little bit. So I've heard.
Do you try the wrinkly?
Yes, absolutely.
It looks like a gummy worm, but it has the property that when you put it in your mouth, it starts squirming around in your mouth like a snake. Then it stops, and you chew it, and you swallow it, and it's delicious.
Just as they said.
All right. So that's something you can pursue later if you want to. So we head back into Odenbeer. Back to the map of Odenbeer. All right, so you leave where are we? I've lost you guys. Yeah. Leave the Halfling's Treasures Bakery. And you enter into the North District, where it's reasonably well to do, where people who have a lot of money but not enough to live in the North District. This is where your actual home would be, Toriel, somewhere here in the North District.
All right.
And you stop outside number 21 here on the map, and it appears to be a zoo. And a word splashes says, "In the monsters' menagerie where the wonders reign, creatures of earth and sky, a fantastic, thrilly domain." And you kind of peer over the fence and you see family groups going there. You see, what is it? You see like creatures like a rhinoceros you see there. You see a triceratops, all sorts of lovely things. So very much a family-friendly place. And he takes you around it, and you kind of peer inside. There's some interesting things to be seen. And then he takes you into the gates to the High District. And as Toriel and Bass and Mistil discovered, entry is highly restricted. And the guard says, word splasher. Another one of your silly tours, is it? My good sir, we've had agreements with the nobles for some time. They like the tourists, they like to be seen, they like to show off. So we'll be progressing as normal. And the guy grunts and kind of and locks eyes on Randall as you enter, and he just keeps on looking at you as you enter Randall. Giving you the evil eye.
Yeah. Randall as Ramsey, in this case, kind of gets a little flair of, "Good day, good sir."
Sure, sir. Just move on.
Right. The guard, the finest in the land.
And you stumble a little bit as Bess. Bess, what are you doing, Bess?
I'm just laughing at this display that is obvious overconfidence, and as his eyes are kind of turned like in eye contact with the guard, I just kind of kick the underfoot side of his foot, like as soon as he lifts his foot, just to kind of make him stumble a little bit. Not full-flown fall, but just lose his footing.
Oh, darn. Excuse me. Apologies. Clumsy.
I say watch your step. I mean it in many ways. Just get out of my sight.
And he'll kind of go and kind of mess with his little fake mustache over there, curl it. Right, so gone as the wind.
And I imagine. Oh no, you've done. You're not entirely unfamiliar with this, Randall, despite your basic upbringings. You've done house cleanings and all sorts of mundane tasks around this area. All right, the next stop on our tour is the Golden Nectar Inn, which is right there, 37 on the map. At the Golden Nectar Inn, where warmth and cheer unite, a haven for weary travellers throughout day and night. And you see inside this very, very upmarket restaurant. It's the most elegant inn with those heavy enough. Elegant inn in the capital for those with heavy purses and a reason to stay in the high district. The food here is said to be fabulous. Rooms are spacious and the staff is kind. Though something unusual is happening here at the Golden Nectar Inn. There's a lot of bustle, there's a lot of hustle, some tables are being set up, sort of split down the middle, and there's lots of sous chefs running back and forth. There's lots of food coming in and out, great food coming in and out. And you see someone you met previously, Toriel. You see Ozar the Exquisite. And he's shouting at people and trying to organize things. Do you remember where you met Ozar?
Oh yes, at the inn on the road. I can't remember the name of it, but yes, on the road.
Weary Ogre.
Yes, very delicious food. The best I've ever had.
Toriel, is it? Hey!
Yes. It's good to see you again.
Well, good to see you again. As I said, I'd looking for support this evening. I'm having a bit of a chef competition. I'd appreciate you coming along and cheering me on. And are these your friends? She says, pointing to the rest of the group.
Well, I'm yeah. So Mistle, you may remember, and Bass, he's a new friend, and then I don't know everybody in this troop very well, but I met Gala over there, and I mean, if you'd like, I will invite them. And what time this evening, by the way?
Well, we're starting quite early, about 5 p.m., something like that.
Oh, okay. That'll work out perfectly. Assuming the guards let me in. It's difficult to get in the high district.
Well, it is. That's true. But maybe bring along a friend or something. I don't know. Someone up on the up and up. You, sir. Mr. Alf. I think you're an Alf. And as he approaches Vinnick.
Yes.
You look like, I haven't seen you around here. Are you from around here?
No, I was from here a while ago. I've been gone. I'm trying to get a refresher of the town. How long have you been here?
Well, I've been here just a day. I mean, I got my own restaurant out in the plains here, but you look like you could be a fine judge of food. Would that be too presumptuous?
No, we've been doing this tour, and from where I'm from, when people offer samples, they're offering samples. They don't ask you to pay for it. My colleagues here on this tour have been paying for samples as we go along, and that doesn't sit well for me.
I'll tell you what. If I give you a free sample, would you promise to come along tonight and cheer me on?
I can't promise that, but I can share with you I will definitely take it into consideration.
Oh, here. Let me whisk something up for you. And he comes back and he seems to prepare something that looks like scrambled eggs on toast. Now, this might not look much, but why don't you give it a sample?
Give it a. I'm guessing it's steaming. I wave my hand over it to soak in the smell, and I'm like, deep breathe. Does it smell good?
Smells delicious.
I look at him and I go, I'm sorry, friend. Did you say what your name was?
Ozar. Ozar the Exquisite, but just call me Ozar.
Those are this smells really good.
Even better.
What was that? Sorry.
It tastes even better.
It tastes even better. All right. I don't know if you brought me a utensil, but I will partake of like trying the scrambled eggs.
He shuffles you into the restaurant and just puts a seat aside for you. And you try the scrambled eggs on toast, and it is quite possibly the most delicious thing you ever tasted. Flavors bounce around your mouth. It's sweet, sour. You taste what are the things? It's creamy, crispy. It is truly remarkable for something so simple.
I look at Ozar and I say, this was delicious. I had my doubts.
What did I tell you?
But this was fantastic. Thank you so much.
And I know you didn't promise to come along, but you'd be more than welcome. Just cheer me along. No cost. Just a crowd support.
Very, very good. Thank you so much. I wipe my mouth. I'm gonna give him a tip or something. I don't know.
Oh no, nothing like that. Would sully the experience. Just your presence tonight would be gift enough.
All right then. Thank you, Ozark. That's delicious. So I step back outside with the rest of the group.
Sure. And could we request you, Mr. Red Cloak, to attend? Maybe you're off shift then. It would be an honor to have one such as noble as yourself along.
I'm curious. I'll come along.
Oh, and in fact, all of you, in words of we'll come along. We like the raw stuff, says Nasher and Basher. When I say everybody, I mean everybody except you two. Fuck you two. Well, okay. So, and just in case you're curious, Gala and Toriel, you'd have time for both things. Both the...
That was gonna be my question. I was just gonna ask. Thank you.
So 5 p.m., so about 2 hours before dusk, so plenty of time for both.
All right.
Okay. Okay, here's a challenge for you. Who can spot 41 on the map? I can't see it for the life of me.
Yeah, interesting.
There's a few things missing. Like 87 is supposed to be where, not 87. There's like 88's where I'm supposed to live, and I don't ever see it on the map. So I don't know. There's a few spots missing. Like 88's not there, 41's not there.
Interesting enough, there are. Well, I guess it's supposed to be 43 is a tower or something. Well, there's a couple of those.
Yeah, 43 is two of those. And when
42's on the outside of the old wall.
actually, just give me 1 second.
40,
Uh,
42.
Yeah, we not a big
There's
deal.
243, so maybe one of the 43s is 41.
Somewhere around here.
I think both of those are the gates. 43 is the gates.
43 are the gates here, and this should be the same. Anyway, you find a large tower. And he introduces it as this is the minaret of the speaker. And at the minaret of the speaker, tall and stately in the glade, announcement ring out clearly in the cool and dappled shade. And there's a 200-foot slim tower, and it's broadcasting messages of note to the city. And what it's talking about now is the upcoming King's Games, an annual celebration where lots of games happen, lots of games of chance, lots of games of skills, and it culminates in the Battle of the Champions, where people fight, not to the death, but they fight, and eventually someone would face the king. And the king hasn't been defeated for a long time, But if you do defeat the king, you get an audience with the king. And so the joke around town is the king always has an audience of one because he always wins it. So the King's Games is what the minaret of the speaker is talking about. And that's something you can participate in a few days' time if you so choose. And it gives you a tour of some of the villas around here. There's the Gold Tooth Villa, 38 up here. He explains that this is very unusual because it's a goblin family that runs the Gold Tooth Villa. And the Gold Tooth Villa looks odd. There's lots of weird rooms like shuffling off to the side, rooms suspended. It's very odd looking, but the Gold Tooth is what they'd call new rich as well. 39, Bass would know this is the Gorso Villa. It's a bit overgrown at the moment because it's abandoned. Maybe something to look at later.
39, was that it?
39 is the Gorso Villa. Yep. Also the Caramosa Villa. Well, anyway, lots of noble families there. There's the Wiltamers, the Domerans, who you've met, which is 73. And their villa was once majestic, but now is in a state of utter neglect. The iron-wrought front gates and fences are overgrown, as is its gardens. The previously magnificent and highly fashionable topiary bushes have become unrecognizable. Twisted forms on themselves. So, interesting things to see here. It takes you across the King's Bridge and the Queen's Bridge, both are designed to be points of defense. And notice there's about 20 or so guards on the bridge with little arrow slots, so it'd be very hard to run in and out of this place illegally. And eventually takes you out of the noble district, across this bridge here, into a place called the Lucky Leap Tavern. And he says, where is it? He says this is a place to hang out, to have a few beers. There's a competition, a jumping competition. Quick question. Does anyone want to try a quick test to maybe get some free alcohol? Just in good fun, of course.
What kind of test?
What kind of test is it?
Well, this is the Lucky Leap Tavern. And it's very accurately named because I'm just lost my notes just for a second. Completely lost my notes. Sorry, just a second. Sorry. I'm not seeing this. Nah, I've lost it. So, yeah, maybe come back to this. If you were looking for a place to stay and a chance to earn free alcohol, there's a jumping competition. If you jump a little bit, it's like a beer. If you jump a long way, there's a cask of wine. Maybe I accidentally find it while we're looking for something else. I'll bring it up. But yes, anyway, Lucky Leap Tavern. Lots of fun to be had there. If you're looking for contacts, if you're looking for interesting things, That's the place to go.
Uh,
Yes.
I was going to say, Ramsey, I'm sorry to if this is too much, but it's like you look like you could be a long jumper. Do you want to try this?
Good judge of character. I see. I've been. And he kind of squats a little bit, trying to like. I might be able to win us some free alcohol for the group. You are quite pleasant to be around.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. Do we have time to do a jump?
I've quickly found the rules about what you can earn. In fact, there's a map for the Lucky Leap. So, put you into the Lucky Leap Tavern and you probably see absolutely nothing at the moment. Black screens for everyone, I imagine?
Yep.
Black screen.
Okay, we'll drag you into the Lucky Leap Tavern. The Toriel, Bass, Galena, Shinigami, Randall. Oh, Randall, your token's weird. Ah, this is Venix. Just fix that.
Oops.
Who did we
So
miss? It was
disguise my
Vanek.
tokens even disguise.
Just so
All right. Okay, so you should all be there now, except Vinnick. Sorry, Vinnick.
it's all dark. I can't see anything.
I still can't see anything either.
Don't be scared. It's okay. We're with you. Gala will also cheer on Ramsey and say, for the good of the group, sir, do your best.
And I'd like to do something unknowingly to everyone, and that is when Ramsey jumps, I'd like to use my telekinetic shove, which I think it's like psionic, right? I don't need verbal or somatic components, just to push him an extra 5 feet. If he so
like
chooses, he can.
a Jedi push, like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And can everybody see
But I
now,
guess
by the
we
way?
I still see black.
And all I need to give you eyes.
Yeah,
Ah,
I see black also.
I knew I forgot something about
no.
disguise.
I think, yeah. Turn the lights on. How's that? Is that a bit better? The lights
can't
actually
see
on?
anything.
I can't see anything. Hold on, I'll refresh.
I'll try that too.
Oh, refresh.
Refreshing.
Daylight? Yeah.
Daylight coming, we won't go home.
Somebody cast blind on me.
Yeah, I still have
Good
blind.
luck.
Someone throw out a darkness spell here.
Well, I'm going to have Randall emit 60 feet of bright light. Hopefully that lights things up. Is that better?
Nope.
Oh, I don't know why. Well, it's not very important anyway, but the rest of you can see these markings on the floor.
Yep.
This first marking, if you jump that far, you get a small glass of beer. If you jump this far, you get a mug of ale and then 2 mugs. 25-foot jump, you see 3 bottles of wine, and anybody can hit 30 feet, which has never been achieved so far. They will get an entire barrel of fine red wine. So, Randall,
Ah,
you're going to do a running jump into the tavern?
absolutely.
Okay. So jumping rules, if you get a 20-foot start, you can jump up to your strength. So what's your strength?
My strength is like total.
Yeah, like 15, 16, something like that, I imagine.
It's 16.
16. 16. So I start running, and jumps, and Toriel.
I push him 5
A fu-
extra feet. If he chooses to fail, that is.
I think probably, and honestly, I probably would not expect it. So just like, whoa, like I'm almost like taken back that I'm getting like this much distance.
You're like, wow, I'm a better
I'm
jumper.
really
than I
good.
thought."
Okay, so what was your strength again? It was 16?
16.
So you jump, actually make an acrobatics check to see if you land from this unexpected push in the back.
This could be a different story. Yeah, okay.
Okay, good. And so you land 20 feet. And the crowd cheers you on, and they cheer as you come. And the proprietor of the bar, an older gentleman called Ricio Tane, he comes up and says, "Ah, that was a great leap. Well done. All right, Governor, 2 mugs of beer on the house, just for you. Well done. Good jumps, good sir."
We'll be cheering him on as well. Okay, excellent. I knew you could jump well just by looking at you.
Keep on working on leg day, Governor. Maybe one day you'll hit 25 feet. That would be truly amazing.
Randall, in this case, kind of like, one of these days.
Anybody
I
else?
felt a little bit better on that particular one. You say 2 mugs?
2 mugs of ale. Yep.
If the ladies would like to have them, I would like for them to have it. Ladies first, of course.
Oh, you earned it, Randall. I can't accept that. But thank you.
I'll drink with you. Come, you drink together.
Nah. Ramses doesn't need to drink over there. Yusha, Red Cloak. Shinigami, is it?
You can call me Shinigami.
Much respect for what you do and what you mean to the city. I think you should have the ale if you would like it.
I don't need to eat or drink.
Randall's like, what? Like you guys see a look on his like, okay. Surely you like to partake in something. A gift for you, sir.
No, my body doesn't require me to eat or drink anymore. And if you pay close enough attention to my character, you'll see that at a glance it looks like he's wearing armor, but then if you look a little bit closer, it kind of looks like he is his armor.
Can I roll a perception to see if I catch that?
Well, if you catch it, let's see how well you catch it. So yeah, make a perception check. I'd say you'd notice. I mean, Shinigami does look unusual, to say the least. You play close inspection, and it's confusing where he ends and his armor begins. Almost one and the same.
Right. I get it. You have mastered the art of discipline to where you don't even need to eat and drink. Wow, you are truly a spectacle to behold, sir. Is it? And he'll kind of look over to Bass and Vinnick. First to Vinnick, because I don't know if I've kind of figured out that maybe Bass tripped me originally.
I think you would notice. Yeah.
I'll go with Vinnick first.
I'm sorry. What are you doing to Venick?
Offering you the mug of ale.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you were doing something else. Like, what? How dare you? Okay. Thank you so much. This looks great. I take the mug and give it a swig.
Yep, it's good ale. It's not going to win any prizes, but it definitely does the job.
Nice. Nice, thank you. This is delicious.
If I could have only dropped a little bit further, maybe I could have got to everyone a little bit. Maybe just didn't quite get that nice run up as I should have. I don't
But
feel
you
like my
can't-
feet came under me. He kind of looks over and eyes bass like I know you're the one to trip me.
Well, maybe if you would keep your eyes off the guard, and then maybe you could have jumped a little further if your mind wasn't elsewhere.
Surely, maybe you were thinking about that other gentleman that caught your eye. The bigger gentleman. And he'll kind of like stare straight into your eyes to see your response.
Well, it seems you have figured it out. So let bygones be bygones, and let's get some of that dirt off you. You look a little dirty. Press the digitation to clean you up.
Well, thank you. I might have been a little dirty. My mustache is still on because that's not dirt.
Oh, that's interesting. Does Randall look like Randall now? But there's a
A little bit more so now, yes. He is definitely. You can definitely tell more of his more facial features in this particular case. It's very much different. The only thing that is super off is that ridiculous, probably handlebar mustache that he's wearing.
Like the old school cartoon villain.
Yes,
like,
think of the old school cartoon villain right there. That is what he's got on his face right now.
Takes all sorts. And as you kind of entered as a group, and Ricio Tane says, "All right, governors, duchesses, anybody else want to have a leap in the Lucky Leap Tavern? Free to jump. What have you got to lose? How about you, good ma'am? You look like you could jump a fair distance. Show up the boys, as it were. What do you say, Duchess?" he says, talking to Gala.
She's gonna look at what she's wearing. She's like, "I'm not properly dressed to partake in such activities, but I love to watch."
Oh,
Anyone
okay.
else? And she'll motion to anyone else. And then I'll push Orion up, and I'll see my squire will try though, and kind of rib my squire to have him try.
What? You're always doing this to me, but oh man, I'm really screwing up the tokens. But here's what Oren approximately looks like. And Oren. Oh, actually, no, I don't. Telling a lie. Yeah. There we go. And the Oren. Okay. Kayla, you sure this is a good idea?
Well, you have to get practice in somehow with all like different kinds of activities if you're going to be a knight as well. Like take his shield off his back and the sword and push him forward. Reassuring.
Okay, all right. And he comes and runs in and does a mighty leap. Toriel, any push to the back?
Yep, I'll do it.
He's going to make a dexterity check as he. Oh dear.
Oh god.
So he jumped and he's looked like he's going to qualify for a small mug of beer. He manages to land 10 feet. But then the push in the back completely upends him and he lands face first and kind of smears across the chalk marks that have been left on the floor. And the crowd, just erupts in laughter.
I'll rush up to him to help him up and not giggle too much and kind of laugh a little bit at him. Rib up some saying, "You're getting better. Almost. You got to keep practicing."
Oh, Kayla, what? Not happy, but all right. I screwed that up. It's okay. And Horatio Tane says, it's all right. Better luck, Governor. I've seen, well, they're usually drunk when they fail that spectacularly, Governor, but don't worry about it. Better luck next time. Slaps him on the back. Oren grumples and sits next to Gala. What about you, good elf? You are an elf, right? He says to Vinnick.
Yep, unmuted. I don't know that I'm really particularly good at jumping, but we'll give it a try. Absolutely.
Right. What's your name, What's your name, Governor?
Oh yes, my name is Vinnick.
Vinnick! Everybody, let's hear it for Vinnick! The crowd starts shouting, Vinnick, 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 Vinnick.
I do the muscle man, hands above my head, and kind of, try to rally the crowd more. Yeah. All right, let's do this.
All right. Toriel? What?
Yep.
Well, you don't roll anything because the amount you can jump is your strength score. Not your strength
not super strong.
Okay,
in fact, very weak.
What's your strength score?
I have an 8.
An 8. Make me a dexterity saving throw. As Toriel pushes you in the back.
Oh boy, not good. Not good.
She's probably feeling kind of bad. She's like pushing them, they're falling. Maybe I should. She's thinking to herself, maybe I shouldn't do that. It's not fair, anyways.
Well, it looks as if Vinnick isn't even going to qualify for the small glass of beer. So perhaps you relinquish and push him in the back anyway. But he lands and splats and does a similar thing to the retainer, Oren. And the crowd goes, yay! They cheer you on anyway. There's a lot of day drinkers here. And Mauricio kind of helps up Vinnick and says, better luck next time, Governor. You're always welcome to give it a go once a day. Don't forget leg day. Am I right?
That's right. Leg day.
Leg day. That's
Perhaps you could go to my workout regime.
Oh, well, you did well enough. Absolutely.
I think Shinigami would be great at this. He looks mighty and strong.
What do you say, Rick-Click?
I'm a lawbringer, not a jester. I'm not here for games.
That set the tone there, Governor. Understood. No problem. Finally, what about you? Mr. Drow, if I'm not mistaken?
I hesitate for a moment, and I see if I hear an inside voice or not.
No, you don't.
All right. I'm just here for the tour. No, thank you. It's okay.
All right, Governor, I understand. Not for everybody. Word Splasher says, well, that was fun and games. If you're looking for a place to hang out, the Lucky Leap Tavern comes highly recommended. Perhaps we shall proceed with the tour now. And he takes you outside of the Lucky Leap Tavern, number 44. And... very nice. And he takes you back through into the Sword District. And he says, well, nothing much to see here. It's all very industrial and functional. It's where the heart of the city is. Not terribly interesting here. And now we'll move into the South District. A bit of a... well, the guards don't tend to come here very often. A lot of ruffians live here. But it's not as bad as the god-all-awful shanties. I'm not even going to take you there. Commoners, filth, shit on the streets. I do better than allow you to follow. And Bass, yes, the Knolls are still with you. Now, during the time of the original rulers of this town, the so-called Dark Angels, they built this wall, and it's got a lot of dark properties over here. And this place number 96. I'm really not even going to show you this.
Malcolm, real quick, what was that last one again? I'll make note of that real quick. Remember?
For what? Luckily Tavern?
For the Dark Star you were talking about.
Oh, well, he's talking about the wall itself, this
Okay.
internal wall. He said that was
Gotcha.
built by the original rulers of the city, which were the Dark Angels, and they dealt in a lot of dark magic, and so the wall is a bit weird. And he goes on to explain. Oops. And okay, he says, yes, this is the so-called Alley of Menace. I avoid the Alley of Menace. It is a treacherous place to roam. Stay clear of danger's grasp, and you'll make your way back home. And the two gnolls go, that's ridiculous. Are you telling me it's too dangerous to go in here, you idiot? And Wordsplash, yes, nobody goes there. It is quite simply not the place to go. And the two gnolls go, what utter rubbish. You're just being ridiculous. And they both rush into the Alley of Menace. And so they enter the alley while mocking Word Splasher. And after a few minutes, they rush out of the alley with bloodshot eyes, looking maniacal, and rush towards the party. And we're going to have some initiative. I'll just get you all on the map. Randall.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Malcolm, I don't know if you saw what I posted earlier, but I couldn't drag my token on, so I don't know if that's related to.
Sure. Sort that out in just. I think because you. I know what it is. I think because you joined the game kind of late. I've had to assign the token to you. So Randall, I'm checking you as well. Yep, I know what it is. So Randall. Makes sense now that you couldn't see inside the alley and inside the Luckily Tavern. And same with Shinigami. I guess makes sense now. Okay, so here's a good chance to test. Whoops. Here's a good chance to test. Shinigami. Is it twice? I know. So can you move
Yep,
your
got
token?
it.
I can move.
I don't see my token.
It seems
Yeah, Jeff's
I've had to refresh in order to move my token a few times, so I'm not sure what's going on. But
I'm
Yeah, I
wondering.
don't
20's been
see
freezing
Orion.
on me too. Yeah.
I didn't see my squire.
Yeah, let me get to it. I think this is under the new beta of Roll20 called Jumpgate, and maybe it's been too annoying, so I might revert this back to the old version. I suspect that's what it is. Can everybody see now? Oh, somebody's missing.
I need Gala also.
Gala's not there. There's Gilly.
And Jeff's character.
Jeff's character, Vinnick. Oh, Vinnick, I need to assign to Jeff. Vinnick, there we go. Just grab Vinnick. Okay. Two teething problems. Sorry about this. Should be Vinnick. Okay, is that better, Jeff?
Yep, I see it. Thank you.
And do you see Oren? Just good test to make sure you can drag around your tokens.
Yep.
When they come out of the alley with bloodshot eyes, would I have time to do one action?
Just a sec. I'm having technical troubles myself. I'm definitely going to roll back from this jump gate thing. This is silly. Okay. Tell you what, if you beat them on initiative, yes, you can. So this will be the full test. As for the first time, we can all
Roll for initiative.
All right.
It looks like it's not adding our initiative guy, so manually change your rolls because they still haven't fixed that yet. So just click, because mine should be a 9. It didn't add my +2.
I can roll for Oren, Daniel. Oh, look at that.
Oh, thank you. I just pulled up his character sheet, but that's great. Ooh.
Oh,
Spells aren't working quite right either, guys. You might have to right-click on the actual spell thing and then click roll under when flat roll's checked. It's been doing this all week.
Oh, this was an upgrade, huh? That hasn't worked out.
No.
Well, they got to get it going before D&D makes its own 3D fancy subscription table. So
Yeah.
hopefully they'll make this better.
So I think the problem is probably the Beyond 20 Chrome add-in doesn't talk to Jumpgate quite well enough. So let's grin and bear it this week, and I'll come up with I'll just copy this to the old version. Anyway, lesson learned. So yes,
I beat one of them, Malcolm, not both though.
Okay. Turn off my ear con. It's too warm now. Okay, so what did you want to do, Bass?
I just want to cast Arm of Agathis on myself when I see him coming out frenzied, looking like that.
Sure. So Worried Splasher just immediately rushes back and hides in a corner somewhere. I told them not to go. I told them not to go. And Bash, you put on this armor. And what would Oren do in this situation? Run to defend his lady? What would he do?
Oh, he's too shocked to do anything, so it's gonna be a surprise round for him. He's just gonna be kind of mouth gaped open like, oh, confused.
Okay.
But he is a squire after all.
And you should have control of Oren as well, so we're gonna drag Oren around just to make sure.
I do, I tried. I moved him.
Okay, cool. So Oren's stopped there, doesn't know what to do. Randall, what do you do?
Ramsey,
sorry.
protect ladies. Shinigami, I think your expertise will be needed here. And he'll run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, getting right up there. We need to subdue the beast. Try not to kill. And he'll non-lethally try to bash one of the gnomes, try to knock him out.
Let's see how Randall's sword play is. Let's check it out. Oh, that's damage.
That's damage. What am I doing rolling damage? What are you doing?
Oh, it does hit, and you cut a swipe across this knoll. And it takes a little bit of damage. It's going to take more than one of those hits to take it down. This is embarrassing your face for the Dark Ancients. That's disconcerting. Gala! Watch Randall rush forward to protect the ladies. Maybe he's a bit of a chauvinist, but what does Gala do?
She'll giggle a little bit at that, and she'll walk forward and put Orion behind her, like push Orion behind her, so just like to protect Orion, because she is a knight. And she'll pull out her dagger and walk forward to get a better view, and walk up towards Bass to see what they're going to do, because she just sees them charging out bloodshot-eyed, right? They're not attacking or doing anything, right?
Okay.
Is that correct? They just came out all frenzied, but they're not attacking or doing anything just yet, right?
Technically not attacked yet. No?
Yeah. So she's going to walk forward just to get a better eye of the situation. with her dagger out.
One eye full of the situation you do, because this knoll goes straight for. Now they were carrying spears, as just sheathed spears on the tour. They're not even going to use the shears, and they're going to jump at Randall's throat with their teeth bares. Oh, dark star! And he goes to bite you, and a 10. You parry it away with your sword. No damage done. There's this. I mean, he goes in for a second bite at your throat and rolls a 6. You just parry him left and right. Randall/Ramsey, and no hits taken. They keep on babbling about dark stars, dark angels. Toriel, what can you do about the situation?
Oh boy, this is not good. I had obviously they're something's altered them, but I was worried about them. I'm going to cast Fairy Fire, and I think I can get both of them without getting Randall. Just have the square
Sure.
in front of Randall.
What's the save?
It is DC 13 Dex save.
Dex save. So the one to the north rolls a 13, and the one to the south rolls an 8. So the one to the south is going to fail. What color does he get illuminated, Toriel, under Fairy Fire?
It would be like a soft white.
Soft white. Let's see if that whitens him up a little bit. There we go. Soft white. And I believe that's a concentration spell, Toriel?
It is. Something else is different. I don't know if this is D&D Beyond, but I used to be able to show the spell.
Yeah, it's an issue right now.
Oh, okay. All right.
As I said, I rolled it back. I thought it'd be cool, but it's not cool. Okay, Toriel. So this guy gets light up with a fairy fire. He glows a nice white. And in case you don't know, advantage to hit on this guy. I put a plus on him as well.
All right.
Of me, we exist in darkness. That's your turn, Toriel.
Yeah.
Shinigami.
Yes.
All right, I will rush forward. You need to stop. You're disturbing the peace.
Disturb your peace. There is no peace under the Dark Star.
And for whatever reason, it's because it doesn't fit on my screen. It's my error.
Oh.
That's one way to start.
That's a way to start a campaign. Yeah, you swing and miss. And the knot is out to the Dark Star. It is the only way. Bass.
So, out of nowhere, you guys just see a scythe in Vast's hands. Was this on his back? Was this around his hip, behind his cloak? Yeah. And then his demeanor just changes to like a maniacal, half Joker-esque smile. Finally, it's time. And this guy, take a swing.
The way to do it.
Natural 20!
Rolls it. Yes, perfect.
12 points.
Yes, 2, 2, 3 plus. Yep, 12.
That looks right. Yeah, so splattered across them, and dark blood spurts out of him. It says, "Have to do better than that." Vinnick.
I will.
Unmute. I'm going to advance up to here, go after this one. I will swing my short sword.
2 sword swords. Think I could swing again?
You got an offhand one? Sure. That hits as well. But you just get a d6 without the modifier, so that's still 6 points of damage. Very good. Another slash, and the knoll looks very, very damaged. Yeah. Is that your turn, Venick?
That's it. Yep. Mm-hmm.
This knoll to the south, having been beaten up by Shingami and Bass, is... Right. He smells it. He smells it, we do. And they rush over to Gala. Bass and Shinigami, you can have attacks of opportunity if you like.
Absolutely.
Advantage.
Technically, it's still within my range.
Oh, okay. Well, if it's up to you. You got a 10-foot reach weapon?
No, you're catty corner to his token still.
I'm about to say
Yeah,
you haven't
I'm
quite left his
still
base
within
yet.
melee range. Do I still get the attack of opportunity?
He's up here now, so yes. Shingami and
Oh.
Bass.
Oh, on my screen he's down one.
Mine he stopped
Yeah.
on the
I'm
screen.
refreshing my screen to see the same with me.
Okay, Jump Gate, you got some work to do. He's just to the left of Venick. So Shinigami and
Yeah,
Bass, you can
It's
both
still
have
showing that
opportunities.
he's just above Shinigami.
Yeah. Same.
Shuffle them round.
Oh,
He's
there he
moved
goes.
out.
There he goes. Oh,
Oh,
now,
there he
now
goes.
he's moved out. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shinigami and Bass, you both hit. So 6 from Shinigami. And that from that. And it's odd. They completely ignore you, even though you threaten them, and they charge towards Gala, and say, he smells it on you. He smells it on you. And they launch for a bite attack straight at your throat, Gala, rolling a 7, which you easy enough parry away, and then a 6. They're far too frenzied, but they're just going for your throat, talking about something they smell. He smells it on you. Oren.
Okay, Orin will come to his senses now, and he'll rush forward and stay behind Gala and hand off her shield to her and longsword.
Okay. Great. So, yeah, Oren's doing his job eventually. Randall, what do? You got Knowles to choose from.
All right, I'm going to continue on the one that looks more injured at the moment to try to see if I can't knock him out.
Yeah.
Sure. This one up here?
Yep.
Sure. So at advantage with the Fury Fire?
Oh no, just not the one with the fairy fire. This one right here.
Sure. So, okay, so straight roll.
Because he's the one that looks worse, right?
He does, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna try to bonk.
He misses. He dodges underneath it, swishes over his head. Yep.
I'm gonna use my DM inspiration.
Sure.
Nice.
They're getting burned quickly. So 14 misses. Time rewinds. Maybe Toriel did that, but the rewind of time doesn't work, and the longsword swings wide. We're not interested in you. We're interested in the smell. Gala, so this is a little off-putting. Sorry,
I will kind of again try to pin him, where he has to try to go around me in order to get to her.
Well, he's having a tricky time because his barrel was over here, so he's going to try, but we'll see how he does that. But yeah, Randall, you're up very much protecting Gala in this present moment. But can Gala protect herself? What does she do?
Gala's going to agree with Ramsey. She's going to say, don't put them down. Non-lethal, not non-lethal, but we need to subdue them only. So she's going to actually just punch him. She's not going to miss totally. Damn it. Because she doesn't want to kill him.
Okay. Big swing wide, and the does some Muhammad Ali moves and just ducks and weaves out of the way. That's a miss. So Gala, that's your turn.
Oh, at advantage. Hold on.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
Yep.
Maybe he ducks and weaves into your fist.
Yeah.
He does duck and weave into your fist. So
3.
3.
Bludgeoning.
Ducks and weaves, but he weaves into your fist and you break his nose as blood streams down. Okay, so must get. They're gonna go down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so swoops around, goes ducks between you two. Shinigami and Bass, you've already used your reaction, so you can't take of opportunity. But Randall and Vinnick can.
Non-lethal.
Sure. That hits. Oh, 15 hits. Yeah.
Yay.
So 7. What's this guy? 3. And Vinnick, you going to take a swing?
Absolutely. Here we go. Oh,
Swings wide. And Nashia says to Basha, "Oh, here's the one." And so this is this knoll here. Once again, just launches for your throat, Gala. Rolls a 19 and gonna finally get a hit.
Yeah, I got a 13 AC right now.
Okay, 4 points of piercing damage as he takes a bite, more of your shoulder, not your actual neck. Taste it now. Taste it. And he launches again for a secondary bite attack, but he gets too excited and he kind of falls. He almost climbs up onto your shoulders to bite you on the neck, and he gets a bite on, tries to bite him again, and you push him aside and he falls to the ground. Toriel.
All right. Let me refresh here and say things were not updating. Is is there a knoll right here still?
No, there's not. Let me move them around again.
Oh, okay. All right. That's what I figured, because that was the one that was attacking Gale. I was like, why is it still there? All right. She's picking up that we do not want to kill these creatures and say, they seem like they were nice enough. She's going to move. Well, let me ask you this. I can't do non-lethal with a cantrip, can I? No.
Only
Okay.
with a melee weapon. Not even with an arrow you can't do. It has to be a melee weapon.
Okay. Oh geez, I hate this. I'm going to try to smack it with my quarterstaff, and we'll see how that goes. Oh, I got it! I got it with my staff.
You did. Roll damage. You do a big plonk across the back of his head. He's barely holding on. Yeah, but you got him. Well done. Or did you do that two-handed or one-handed?
Oh, you know what? I probably would have done it with 2 hands, actually. May I re-roll that?
So, well, no, it has both under your quarterstaff there, so I'm going to give him 1 hit point back.
Oh, damn it. Yeah, I spoke too soon. I didn't see that. But yeah, I would have, though, for sure.
Yeah,
So.
I imagine, because, you do get
a
bit more damage with a one-handed.
Yeah. I'm going to try to push him over to the square. So DC 13 strength.
He's kind of holding on to Gala, and that's preventing him from being moved. He rolls an 18 for strength.
Okay, no problem. That'll be it then.
Shinigami, what do you do?
All right, well, I'm going to move up behind this one, and I doubt that I can do a lethal attack, but I'll try and do a non-lethal swing.
Sure. At advantage, you do get the swing on, and a nice cut across its back. And these things it's weird. They're barely reacting to the damage you're taking because they're completely and utterly obsessed, it seems, with Gala. But nice, good hit, Shinigami. Is that your turn?
Yeah, I'm only level 1. That's all I got.
I was about to say things are so much quicker in combat at level 1. I'll do my 1 attack with my quarterstaff, and let's move on. Okay, Bass.
All right, and so at this point, Turiel, this is what you remember. Like, you remember this version and what happened of what happened on the road. And he just goes, yes, weaken them for me. Yes. And he'll move here. Let's see here.
I'm not gonna lie, Bass. That's so scary.
Completely oblivious to your comment. On the one with fairy fire, a swing.
Sure. That hits. Not quite enough to take him down.
You'll be mine.
Okay, that is concerning, but Bash, you take a swing, and once again, they're just so focused on Gala. It's weird. Venick.
Let's see. We're trying to do non-lethal, and it's this one here.
Yep. They both look wrecked, by the way.
All right. Well, that one to the left of me. Talk to that one.
Advantage. Thanks to...
Okay. And what do I need to do to try to do non-lethal?
Well, rules is written. When you do the reduce them to 0
right.
hit points, you tell me at that point whether you do it non-lethally or not. So...
Got it.
So it's
Okay.
only at the point of killing we have to worry about it, or not killing, as it were. Regardless,
Okay.
swing at
All right, here we
advantage.
go. Oh, yep, advantage. Let's get that to come up. Here we go.
20 hits.
Damage.
4 is enough. Do you do that non-lethally?
Non-lethally.
So the creature falls to the ground, doesn't move, bleeding from some wounds. But you see, it's like a dog. It's kind of panting under its breath. It's still alive, mechanically unconscious. It's your turn, Venick.
Who's this here?
It's Randall.
Randall.
Oh, I see Randall. All right, Randall. Sorry, I got really caught up. I almost took a swing at you.
Excuse me, Ramses. Ramses, not Randall.
Oh, Ramses. Sorry, Ramses. That's my turn.
Okay, and Orin.
Orin will take the disengage action, or no, she'll take the dodge action.
Okay, cool. And Ramsey
Well-
slash Randall. Thank you.
I can I step here? Or is that too many barrels?
No, that's fine. That's fine. It's right on the edge. You're good.
I mean, I do have a null on the ground over there, I guess. Do I get any type of flanking with a +2, maybe?
I don't do flanking rules, so
I don't do flanking rules. Sorry, I played with other ones that do flanking. I just had to ask
I know.
because I forget.
sure.
All right, I'm going to try to say, kindly remove your hands off her, and he'll non-lethally, hopefully hits. Oh, that's not going to hit.
Yes. Yep. Okay, so that's a miss. The creature continues to obsess about it. So that was Randall, and now Gala. What's up with these things? They're out to get you. What do you do?
She's got her longsword now, so let me equip that on my guy. There it is. Oops. And she'll take a swing at it and hopefully hit. Very well.
Oh, there
no.
we go.
Natural 20!
Non-lethal. She'll take the hilt of it though and whack him across the head with the hilt of it.
Yeah, well, he's on.
Or- I have no idea what happened there. I clicked it once. 9, 5, 9, 5. I don't
It's
know.
the same
what
thing
it is.
twice.
I'll say 9.
It's 9, then 5 for the crit, so I think you do
Yeah, for
13
the crit.
total.
Oh, okay.
Rolling crits for each, the 2 hand and the 1 hand.
So it'll be
Looks weird, but yeah, okay.
bottom line, enough damage. So as the final act, you get the.
How do you want to do this?
She takes the hilt of her sword and bashes him across the head and knocks him to the ground.
Okay.
Oh, no. That dogs must be punished. No.
He'll Galen will say no. Galen will look at her and say no. They must. I have questions for them.
One must die.
Yep. That hits at advantage, and
Is he trying to kill them?
Just one, but yes.
Okay. Not sure how you want to play this out, Malcolm, but I would like to try and intercept his attack.
well, he rolled a 19, so just make an attack roll. You try and beat a 19.
We'll see how that goes, but nope.
You try and parry it, but yeah. Basics explain the killing blow.
The the one there, Fairy Fired, is just down, I guess, panting, kind of tongue out like a dog that's run around the house too long, and just clean cut from the neck off the head. Just goop. And then you just see, while everybody's so focused on what happened, he's back to normal. Where'd the scythe go? What's going on? And he's kind of like, what? Why are we in an alley? What's going on here? We were on a tour, now we're in an alley, and the gnolls are, one's unconscious, or kind of breathing, one has no head. Tyrael, what's going on here?
Uh-oh, this seems like there's a pattern. While we were attacked by the gnolls, they seemed like something altered them, and you just killed that one.
It's not a show, everybody that's running inside. I have no clue what happened once we came in the alley.
Yeah.
What have you done? And he kind of like, he was knocked unconscious. He was no threat.
No one was unconscious. What happened? We were on a tour. Now we're in an alley. What?
I've seen this once before. Bass helped us on the road, and he had no recollection of what happened. I believe him. Something's going on.
Bass, you were within your rights to protect yourself. But be warned, that was very close to murder. So whatever you have going on, I would recommend you figure that out.
Why am I being basically disciplined for what? I don't understand. What is going on? What happened to the tour?
The tour can go on ahead. I'm dreadful. I did warn them not to go inside, says Word Splasher.
Caleb will step up to Word Splasher and say, they spoke of the Dark Star. What else has happened here that you said this was dangerous?
Well, the old wall was constructed by the original rulers of the city who founded it, the dreadful rule of the Dark Star, such a tyrannical rule, and that they built the wall, and it's every so often something like this happens. The Dark Star Angels are like darkness personified, and I must be tied up with this somehow. I don't know. I just know it is not to go here. It's very specifically said. Now someone is dead. That has never happened on the tour before.
Well, we should probably tie that one up, because we don't know if it's still going to be under this spell of some kind.
Yeah, we need to tie it up. I need to mark it for assault.
I'd like to ask it a few questions, good Red Cloak, if you may.
Yeah, we need to investigate this further.
A fair assumption. They seem to be targeting you, my lady.
She'll flip her hair back. She says, I'm often the source of love attention, and kind of just play it off. But she has a very concerned look on her face with all this talk of the Dark Stars. You can tell Not shaken her, but it has piqued her interest.
Mhm.
While we're tying it up, I am going to carve the letter A on its hand with my sword.
Okay.
Um, I find it guilty of assault, regardless of what it's doing, and I want to check it for any money because I'm going to fine it.
It's got it's got 3 gold pieces in its pocket.
That's what I was going to fine it. So I want you all to witness this. I find it guilty of assault. I'm taking 3 gold and I put it in this specific purse right here to be turned in with fines that is separate from my own individual money. And I'll keep track of that stuff on my character sheet.
Sure. What are you, Prested? Cleaning the blood from the carving of the A. Oh, okay, so it's a nice clean wound. Like you leave a nasty scar. Well, this is unfortunate in the extreme. Now, miscreants like this, that we generally take them to the Temple of Life. We don't normally stop at the Temple of Life, but maybe we'll let's take him there. They will treat everybody, regardless of the race or situation or anything. And as best as a BRB, I'm going to be a BRB as we take these gnolls to the Temple of Life, which is a nice charitable organization. Okay, see you in 5 minutes, guys.
All right. Temple of Life.
Okay, so after this battle in the Alley of Menace with dark powers at force, it seems. He takes
That was 109. Was the Alley of Menace?
uh
What number?
it was
96, I think,
96.
was
96.
96.
This one here.
96 is Alley Menace.
And I think this is a problem with Jumpgate as well. Like, I just realized I can roll it back quite easily. I set it up so when you hover over a number, it comes up with the what it is. But it seems that's not working for you guys. So lesson
No,
learned about Jumpgate. Okay, and word splash and then okay, well, let's take him to the Temple of Life. Well, someone's going to have to carry him. Who's wants to carry him? Them? I don't know.
I can take him.
And I'll send Orion down.
He's my prisoner. I'll drag him.
There you
What about the dead one? I looked at you, Shinigami. I'm pleased you're here. What do we do? He's a dead body.
Bring him along. We'll have to explain. We'll have to speak to what happened.
Okay. So you leave the
I'll
mhm.
prestidigitation to soil the one Shinigami's dragging to help create like a slick liquid on him to make it easier to pull through the street.
Okay, he leaves a bit of a trail. And
Yeah, kind of like a snail trail.
as I said, the South District is the poorer of the districts. You might have remembered he made some disparaging marks comparing it to the shanties, where old Randall's from, but very, very poor. And in poor places, often kindness flourishes. That's what you find at number 123, the Temple of Life. Well, I guess it falls on to me to explain this as the last stop on our tour. In the Temple of Life, as beggars make their plea, lend an ear and a heart, but money's not the key. You see, these people hand out free meals to those who need it, and offer free medical advice for those who require it. You never see a noble here. They have, shall we say, better doctors. But as you approach an old dwarven cleric of the Temple of Life, he's a dwarven gentleman. He's, and you would recognize him, Vinnick. He was the guy who helped you recover. Oh, what's going on here? You brought me. What's going on? What can we do? What can we do to help? Somebody explain to me what's going on.
This poor bastard assaulted us. He needs a little bit of healing before I take him in.
What about this other one? You did not make it?
No, he didn't make it.
Okay. And, I just, I'll get to that in a moment. Lay him out here. Lay the live one down. And not my...
Before you do that, there was a madness that came over him. Are you able to check to make sure that subsides before he's revived?
I cannot, but perhaps we tie him down to the bed. That's excellent advice. You tie him down to the bed?
Yep.
Okay, Otmir starts performing some medicinal aid to this creature, and as he comes back to life, you see his back arc unnaturally. You come here, I want to taste your flesh. He's saying this to Gala. Closer.
Gala won't. Gala will say, what should she say to him? She'd say, she won't approach him. She'll just be quiet about it for a moment. Let him.
This is what you're referring to, Mr. Redcloak?
Yes. He went down some alley he was warned not to go down. What was the name of that alley? And I turned to our guide.
Red Splasher
The
says,
Alley
"Oh,
of Menace.
yes, the
Alley
Alley
of
of
Menace.
Menace."
Yeah, the Alley of Menace. And they went down there and they came back and they were both weren't themselves. We tried to subdue them both, but one didn't make it.
Well, of course. Word Splasher. How many have I told you not to do that? Include that on your silly tours. Well, I'm sorry. I specifically warned them not to go down there, but they went down there anyway. Idiots that they are. All right. Okay. So, what do you want us to do with them, Mr. Redcloak?
Well, he's alive. Is there anything that you can do about his condition?
We could subdue him for now, and maybe when he regains his senses, I'll track you down. Does that sound fair enough?
Just if he gains his senses, take him to the Red Cloak Hall and let them know that he's guilty of assault. I've marked him and I find him. Make sure that you give them these 3 gold coins as his fine payment to the ground.
Caleb will say to you real fast, Red Cloak Shimagami, they were very much interested in me. If he regains consciousness, I would hope that you would allow me to question him. I'm a noble from the House Ronell. I'm actually a knight of my house. And I would like to know if why or what came over them, if you would be so kind.
You can ask him whatever questions you want. He's already been tried and convicted and paid his fine.
But if they tell you that he has regained his senses, would you let me know?
Oh, sure.
Because they're going to tell you, not me.
Can you let me know as well? That it was quite a unique set of circumstances. It could be very beneficial to see an investigation of such a interrogation, so to speak.
Mrs. Okay. Look, if he regains his senses, I will let you all seem to be involved and caught up in this somehow. I'll make sure you all know. I don't know if you're friends or anything, but maybe just keep in touch with each other in the meantime, and I'll get back to you if he regains consciousness. So don't become strangers, I guess.
I do want to do one. No, I don't think that'll benefit. Never mind.
Ottmar says, Vinnick, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling well, Sil. Thank you so much for your medical attention.
Of course. You look well. I mean, I'm a dwarf. I've been around the block a few times. Nice to see up on your feet. I heard what happened to you, and I'm glad that our healing has been beneficial. I wonder if I might ask you a favor, Vinnick.
Yes, of course. Anything.
Maybe your friends can help with this as well, but since I felt I got to know you as I ministered to you over the years, but of course it was very much a one-way relationship. But there is something wrong here in the Temple of Life. As you know, as you experienced firsthand, we treat anybody that is here, including beat-up knights like yourself, including possessed gnolls like this. We'll treat them as best we can, free of charge. And of course, we feed people free here as well. And he kind of waves his hands, and you see many people here eating for free. Would just out of storyline, I guess, would Randall have eaten here?
Absolutely, because he is friends with is it Markia? the from the apothecary.
Okay, sure. Yep, you are friends with her. That's right. So you would know that what Otmar's saying is true. You also know he's very discreet. Even if he does recognize you, Ramsey, he's not going to say anything. So, just so you know.
It would not be the first time he's seen me in a ridiculous disguise, most likely.
And as I said, he's very discreet. He's not going to say, hi, how was that meal we served you the other day, poor person? Right, he's not going to do that. But, Vinnick, this is, very, very concerning. And this seems to be only, confined to the Temple of Life. And there's no easy way to say this, but about 2 times a day now, people have been eating our food, and then their skin gets very hard like leather, and then bristles grow on the back of their arms and the back of their legs and across their back, and they turn a deep shade of pink, grow a snout, and quite frankly turn into pigs. I don't know what to do. Obviously this is unacceptable. You know, these are people. They deserve lives, but they're literally turning into pigs. Is there any way you can help us out with this, Vinnick? I'm at a loss.
Oh, I don't know much about these things, but I will consult with my party members here, and yes, maybe we can help you. This seems very troubling.
In the meantime, quit feeding them.
You think it could be the food? Okay, done. Oh, stop the cook! Stop the cook! Everybody, put down your food. While these people investigate. Some of them put down their food. Some of them look very skinny and eat regardless.
It would be very difficult for them to just stop eating, especially if they haven't had a meal for quite some time.
How many people are still eating?
It's about 50 in here, so I'm going to say about 10. You know, are so hungry that they eat.
I go around to each of the 10 and I put 1 silver piece in front of them and say, "Stop eating for a silver. Stop eating for a silver. Stop eating for a silver."
They stop eating except for one.
I prestidigitation to make it taste just like shit.
Like literal shit.
Like literal shit, like dog turds.
Just out of interest, how does Bass know what dog turds taste like?
He smelled plenty from the Gorso Manor, so
Sure. Smell is
You
very
can't get out of this
closely related. Okay, the guy spits it out, and I guess that makes you down a gold piece. Right, says Otmar. They've stopped eating. You think it's the food, Shinigami? It is Shinigami, isn't it?
Yes, my name is Shinigami.
I mean, it's a pleasure to have you here at our establishment. As I said, us dwarves have long memories and remember what you did on the bridge. So, but it's an honor to meet you, Shinigami.
Yep.
Yep. Well, Shinigami, the rest of you, what's next?
Well,
well,
we can't have allies making people crazy. We need to find out more about that.
Perhaps, would it be okay for us to come back and kind of look around?
Around what? The temple? All are welcome
alley.
here. Word splashes, rolls. Is like, uh, it seems my warnings mean nothing nowadays. Warned people to keep away. People died. Now you want to go check it out. When you know where it is, I'm not the king. Feel free to look around. And someone asked about a short rest. Yes, you can have a short rest. That one hit die if you feel the need.
I do.
There you go.
I get my spell back. I'm a
Thank you
warlock.
kindly.
I'm still don't really know what happened, but if the alley caused all this, why are we going back? Should we worry about pigs, pig man? I don't know what's going on.
You're
Oh, my
man
head.
pig.
Well, maybe the alleyway had something in reaction to your condition. It felt like you were somewhat in a frenzy as well.
I have
And
a
he kind of like
condition.
sharpens his eyes onto him.
No reaction at all. Just still pure confusion. Tamriel, I have a condition. I don't understand. Oh, my head. I think you're muted, Eric.
Yeah, man, bear, pig, nice.
Eric, you're talking. We can see you talking, can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. How is this
There we
like
go.
going on and on?
Happened to me once as a player and I got really pissy. Why isn't anybody listening to me? Why are people talking over top of me? I was getting really pissy.
I've done that at work a few times, and it's like, why isn't it? No one's paying attention at all now. I was going to ask first if, like his pig thing sounds like lycanthropy, but would Toriel know that, or she rolled to know that?
You could make a history check, I guess, to see if you've heard of this condition before.
Oh,
Nope.
All right.
I mean, she
then-
studied for 12 years. Would it be advantage?
No, actually, no. I won't give that to you. No, you didn't study history there. You studied magic. So, no.
I tried.
Oh, yes. Good
And-
try, man. Good try. What about investigation? I'm going to ask him some questions, like when did it happen, and like what are the conditions, and you.
Yesterday we started yesterday. We had two clients, and they didn't appear to know each other. They ate, and then the bristles came. Then it's like their back snapped, and now they're just pigs and acting normal as pigs. And we have them out back. I mean, we have no problem in using food that the community provides, but it just feels wrong to serve these people pigs as food, so we're just keeping them in a pen out back at the moment. And then 3 more happened today.
Wow.
People keep coming because they're desperate, our clients. So we have 5 pigs out back that would make a great meal, but it just seems wrong.
That sounds like an epidemic, and they don't know each other, but they're turning into pigs. Should we? Should we?
Can we investigate
look
the
at them?
kitchen?
Of course, everything is open.
Do you mind if I take a look at the pigs?
Sure, let's look at the pigs and then we can show you the kitchen. So Otmir, on a mail, this dwarf takes you out to the back of the pens, which I'm going to say is this little area here. And there are 5 pigs there. If you want to take a closer look at the pigs, I'm going to say it's an animal handling to see if you can pick up anything unusual about the pigs.
Oops. Does anyone know animals? I'm not that great at animals.
Yes. We slaughtered animals like that for bacon and ribs all the time back home.
It's your nature check, and they're not undead or celestial or anything like that, Shinigami. So nothing pings. And you're making a nature check, Doug?
No, just stating. Does anybody know animals like that? Yeah, sure. Back home, we slaughtered them all the time. Bacon, ribs, pork butt, roasts. Yep, sure know.
They're pigs, Toriel. You think, Shinigami, you get a closer look at the pigs, and in your opinion, they're acting like pigs. They're not acting like people who are turned into pigs and maybe having human characteristics like they're. In your opinion, they are pigs. If it wasn't for the fact that Oathbreaker told you they were pigs, you wouldn't have thought twice about it.
Well, I think whatever's going on, they're pigs now.
How's that even possible? Are there anything that can just turn people into animals?
I mean, is it a bad thing? Now there's more food for the ones that can't eat.
Wait, my colleagues. It would be great to be able to solve this issue and turn these people back into what they were before they became pigs. But how are we to be certain that we won't be turned into pigs for whatever's happening here? This is a conundrum that really worries me.
Like you're thinking, Tamriel. I agree. Or Toriel, I'm sorry. Toriel, I agree. What is to be certain that this fate don't fall upon us?
Oh, perhaps we shouldn't partake of the food?
I would not dare. This food, I mean, subpar.
That definitely seems like a start. But what if it's not just the food?
Well, let's check out the kitchen since we're here. I mean, the best way to not turn into a pig is to solve this mystery, and so no one turns into a pig.
Perhaps if we can uncover the mystery, we might can even reverse it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's go to the kitchen. And he takes you into the kitchen, and there's a guy there who introduces himself as, well, Oathbreaker says, "This is old Trumbold. He's the head cook." And he takes his hat off very politely. Yes, something I can help you with? A meal, perhaps?
I'm
You
gonna.
can't and
Real's
probably
just gonna
tell us-
look around for ingredients that don't look like they would belong in a kitchen, like spell components and things like that.
Okay. Anybody who wants to have a look around the kitchen to see if you can find something unusual or anything can make an investigation check. Go around the kitchen.
Oh, I would like to guidance myself, though.
Sure.
That's all right. Maybe.
For real, 14. Shinigami, Gala, you can have a look around? Oh, sorry.
I did. I rolled a 15.
Sorry, Gala and Bass, I think I tried to say.
It's not coming through. I get a -1 for it anyway, so it's not really a big thing for me.
Sure.
Randall pulls out this makeshift, probably it's a magnifying glass, but this is the crappiest looking magnifying glass you probably have ever seen. See, it's like slightly cracked on the top.
Like a budget Sherlock Holmes.
Yes.
Well, Toriel, you have a good look around. You look around, you can't find something. You do a little bit of magical guidance, nothing. Shinigami, same thing, nothing. Gala, nothing. But Randall, as players know, he'd like to be a red cloak one day, but maybe this is the first sign that he's actually onto something. You go to the pot that's just been served, and as old Trombold is about to put it into the sink to give it a wash, you stop him and you investigate the pot, and there's a strange oily substance at the bottom of the pot. It almost looks like tar, almost very black. I mean, you'd expect some grease to be present in kitchens like this, right? They put a lot of fat, a lot of grease, a lot of stuff that's not healthy but has calories, which is what these people need. But in your opinion, this tar-colored oil, black-colored oil, has no place being there.
And it kind of like points to that, and he actually kind of like I'm assuming he's not going to touch it with his bare hands over there, but he'll kind of like take something and maybe kind of like dip it into it and kind of like see if he can't like if it will come out.
Sorry, you can't eat that. It's gone rancid. I need to wash out this pot. So it's just. And he tries to grab the pot.
Wait a minute.
He rolls a 17 for his strength check. So make an athletics roll.
Oh. Ah!
Goes back and forth, and it clatters into the sink. It gets ready to turn the water on.
I'm gonna try to telekinetically push him away from the sink.
Okay, it's gonna roll. I'll say -1 to this. Ah, he pushes it away. Oh, look! What's going on? Stop it!
And I'm going to try to grab it to take the opportunity to snatch it out if I can.
And even though Shigenami kind of retromated me, I'm kind of a right mind and see what's going on here. I'm gonna hold like an Eldritch Blast glowing in my palm at him and be like, "Stop!" while the Red Cloak investigates.
Okay, cool. So, with Toriel telekinetically shoving him away, you take the opportunity to grab it, Randall or Ramsey, and you have the pot with the strange black tarry substance on the bottom. I'm telling you can't eat that. I can make you a sandwich if you like.
Why are you? What is it?
It's gone rancid. You don't want to eat it. It's an oil.
Is this what you served?
I want to walk. I want to walk up to him too, and say, "You know who I am. You know what I am, and it's in your best interest to tell me the truth of what's going on here. And let's see how this goes."
Okay. I think that I was going to say intimidation.
Can I assist him in that because I'm holding an Eldritch Blast like glowing in my hand?
Sure, make a roll again, Shinigami. Oh, well, there we go.
It was meant to be.
So sorry, let's pick it up again with what you... Just say that again, Shinigami, and we'll pick it up with 11 intimidation in mind.
Yes. So, you know who I am. You know what I am. I'm looking into this matter. It's in your best interests to tell the truth about what's going on here.
Look, I'm not saying anything is happening untowards here or not, but let's just presume something's wrong. How would my profession of guilty help me? I mean, the law is the law. I wouldn't be done any easier, would I? What's the point? I don't understand.
Well, I am the law, so it's in your best interest to tell me what's going on, and you may get leniency.
And with that, old Trumbold breaks up. Sorry. Look, my wife inherited a book about recipes, and I just experimenting with them. I didn't mean for this to happen. I didn't know they were going to turn into pigs. I mean, I don't know. I don't read too well, but I mean, the recipe was called porcine morphosis. That has nothing to do with pigs. I didn't think this would happen. I'm sorry. wanted to experiment. I'm sorry.
Show me this. Show me this book. And you said you cut out, Malcolm. You said your wife gave it to you.
My wife has it. I've been copying down the recipes. Um,
Let me see this book.
well, it's in my wife's possession.
Where's your wife?
Is that location 46? Anybody skip to 46 to me before I do? 46. Here we go. Yeah. My wife is commonly known as Anselbria. She does natural healing concoctions. Look! Really, she's not to blame. I copied the recipe. If you're going to arrest somebody, just arrest me. Get it over with. And he threateningly throws his hands as if he wants to be handcuffed.
How many have you turned into pigs?
0 intentionally.
That wasn't the question. How many have you
Can I
turned
insight
into
that?
pigs?
The
Good
intentional part.
save.
Oh,
Ah,
I mean, Upmere told him 5, and he says, 5?
I mean, there were 5 pigs over there.
I mean, I expect him to like just as a laugh turn them into pigs, but they're not turning back. But to answer your question, good sir, Red Cloak, Mr. Master, 5. I'm free to go, Mr. Red Cloak.
You're not free to go anywhere. You're going to come with us and we'll go talk to your wife together before I pass judgment.
Okay. And
And
Mhm.
if you run, this blast has a long range.
Okay.
I'm
And
thinking that, I think, Malcolm, at some point, maybe I ought to buy some manacles.
you have manacles. There we go. You don't buy
Okay.
them, you have them.
Done.
Do you manacle him?
Definitely.
Arms and feet?
Just his hands.
Okay. So he marches down the street, his head going low at his embarrassment. But he takes her across town, like along Old Man's Road, back through the industrial side, the Sword District, and to Aunt Salbria's natural concoctions. And she says, Trumbold, what's going on? What type of mess have you gotten yourself into? What is going on? And he said, I'm sorry, maybe Mr. Red Cloak, maybe you explain what you want, what you need.
Yeah, don't say anything else.
Yep.
Is this your husband?
Yes. What has he
I
done
need to
this
see-
time?
I need to see your cookbook.
She brings out, I've got lots of cookbooks. Which one would you want to see?
He said he used one where he found a recipe called porcine morphosis.
Oh, I don't know that. Which, can I speak to him?
No. And
Because I don't
I'm
know.
inciting to see if she's telling the truth.
It seems so. She doesn't
She
genuinely
doesn't?
know which cookbook she's never heard of porcine morphosis.
I'll turn to him. What describe the cookbook you were using? What color was it? What did it look like? What was the lettering?
It's a set one over there. That's the one we were inherited from your grandmother who died. It was that one. Oh, I've never even looked at that book. She was a crazy old woman. I've never done it, but that's the cookbook he said. Then I believe him.
All right, don't touch it. Toriel, can you please go take a look at that book and tell me if it's a cookbook or if it's a wizard spell book or witch's book?
Ariel, Eric.
I'm sorry. What was the question?
Can you go over to that book and see if it's a cookbook or if it's a magic
Oh
wizard's
yes.
book?
I think I should be able to tell that. And yeah, I will go check out the book. I'm gonna use my mage hand to
Sure.
open it and all that.
Make an Arcana check.
I've been rolling low. Let's see how I can do
Can I
something.
assist?
No. There we
That
go.
way, okay, you're good.
Well.
Oh.
Well, first of all, the book doesn't have a title on it. But you, with all the training, 12 years in the Arcane Tower, you know your way around odd runes and stuff. And in your opinion, the title of the book is Recipes of Corruption. And as you go through it with your mage hand, it's a collection of vile recipes of witchcraft, owned by presumably the grandmother. But there's lots of nasty witchcraft in this. Porcine, you find porcine morphosis, and it does turn into a black tarry substance, and so all the things are adding up.
Is it thumbing through around there? Does it talk about reversing this?
No. In your opinion, with your 21, once they're pigs, that is their life now.
Wow.
Maybe with some very high level magic, but well beyond your ability, for instance.
I will relay that message to Shinigami and say this is a very dangerous book. It sounds like it's an heirloom, but I don't know if this should be. I don't know if this should be out in the open like this.
No, why don't you hold on to it until we get back to the Red Cloak office, and we'll turn it over there for disposal.
Of course.
And I forgot this guy's name.
Or Trumbold.
Trumbold. Being a moron isn't a crime. But
If only it was.
But I do find you guilty of assault, and I sentence you to 5 years. One for each of the pigs that people you've turned into pigs.
Chris, you said if I was honest and came forward, you'd show me mercy. That is not mercy. I will die. Please, mercy.
That is mercy. I could have given you 5 life sentences for the lives you basically have taken.
And he just burst out crying, and his wife burst out crying too, and the porcine morphosis epidemic in the Temple of Life has finished. And
does your mother-in-law have any other items or books that she left you when she died?
Nope, just this one.
All right, make sure I don't want to come back.
I'll get back to you with your question, Toriel, about the recipe. So I think you will find something useful in there. Okay.
Cool.
We'll end it there. But why don't you roll hit points for level 2 before we go much further?
Level up.
We'll finish up with a level up.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah,
Wait, do we
level
have to
2.
roll? Or
No, you can take the average if you want. It's up to you.
Yep. I will take the average.
Yeah.
Let's risk it.
I have to
That's
risk it,
average.
so
I don't think they- I don't think they
Paladin
average.
D10. Oh, horrible.
I'm not risking it.
Okay.
I've
But
rolled
fun.
well
Where's
all-
the fun?
That's a recipe for disaster.
It is. No, it can be good. I beat the average in one game. But I had a few
Mechanically,
really
if,
bad rolls that were scary.
mechanically, if you take the average, what other players have done, you're more likely to get higher. Like you roll slightly less when you roll a dice. That's the way it works out. Shinigami, you rolling?
You.
Okay, what about Baz? Toriel, you're taking the average?
Average. Toriel's taking average, yeah.
Vinnick, what's Vinnick doing?
I think that's going to take the average.
Shinigami and... Oh, there we go. And Randall, average as well? Okay. So level up your characters. You've got some parties to go to, Gala. 2 parties, in fact. Best day ever. There's a cookout to go to. Some other bits and pieces, which we'll get to next week as well. And we'll I mean, you guys are going to be adventuring together at some point, right? But there's no reason you need to do that at the moment. But yeah, we'll pick this up next week, and we'll see how it
I
progresses.
probably would say that Ramses would like to go accompany Shinigami to as he escorts him back to the Red Cloak office.
Sure. We'll kick that off next week with the old Trombold breaking down and being arrested and being sentenced, and that's where we'll kick it off next week.
All right.
Okay, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And it'll be a new
everybody.
new Roll20 thingamajig next week, so hopefully we won't have these troubles next week. Okay, take care, guys. See you later.
Okay.
Bye.